So this is the first goal in the DC United vs Philadelphia Union match. This one comes courtesy by Bruno Damiani. And so you can see goal kick here for DC United. And we're going to go ahead and just pause it real quick because this is so important to highlight. Christian Benteke, DC United, always aims for on these goal kicks when they're playing a long ball up for it. And Benteke loses out on this header to Danley John Jock. He mistimes his jump, and Danley's able to beat him to the header, which doesn't typically happen. And so because of this, Danley's going to be able to find Milan Iloski, and Bruno Damiani being guarded right here by McNulty, one of the two center backs for DC United, which then allows Mikael Uhre just to run into space, run in past Aaron Herrera, the right back, and then Kai Rolls, the other center back for DC United. But this whole play starts with Benteke mistiming his jump, Danley John Jock winning the 50-50 challenge, and then just finding Milan Iloski in a lot of space right here. And so because of that, Milan knows that Mikel's going to run into the channel. A lot of space for Mikel to run into. It's the perfect weighted pass by Milan. And so Damiani, because McNulty's out of position, is going to go and just run into the space, square pass by Mikael Uhre. And that's an easy tap in there for Damiani to give the Union an early 1-0 lead 17 minutes into this game. Mikael Uhre, as we all know, comes in early into the match, 6 minutes in, because of the injury to Quinn Sullivan, which Quinn Sullivan announced on Monday that it is indeed a torn ACL for Sullivan. He'll miss the rest of the season, which is very unfortunate for Quinn, who was having a promising campaign for the Union in 2025. But we'll go ahead and look at that once again. So Danley wins the header right there. And as soon as Milan gets onto the ball, this is exactly where you want Mikael Uhre. You want him into space. You want him making those runs in behind the back line. Damiani gets a lot of hate unfairly by this fan base because you hear Bradley Cornell talk about it all the time in his press conferences. I've talked about it on the podcast plenty of times. It's the physicality that Damiani brings, his 1v1 ability just to pull center backs out of position, and he pulls McNulty out on this play, which leaves Mikael Uhre 1v1 against Rolls, the other center back. Aaron Herrera push up high, and so this is exactly where you want Mikael Uhre in this position, 1v1. It's a great pass by Milan Iloski, no question. He is one side there. And then it's just the cutback pass because both center backs out of position there for DC United. It's an easy tap in there. Great unselfish play there by Mikel just to square that ball into Damiani. And that's huge for the Uruguayan, who has 3 goals in his last 4 matches now. Goal number 2 in this match comes courtesy by an own goal from DC United's Connor Antley. It was originally given as a Mikael Uhre goal, but then quickly changed to an own goal for Antley, which is the right decision. It definitely came off of his face. And so you're going to see just the Union just reset the play right here. Ball goes backwards to Andre Blake. No pressure whatsoever from DC United, so the Union can go ahead and just position themselves the right way. Ball gets played out wide to Kai Wagner from Jovan Lukic, but what I love about this play is it's very similar how the Union scored their first goal. Instead of Mikael Uhre running in behind, you're going to have Damiani this time. No pressure whatsoever on Kai Wagner. We saw last play it was Milan Iloski playing the ball into Uhre. This time, it's Kai Wagner playing the ball in behind for Damiani. And look how DC United's position defensively, just no pressure whatsoever by Aaron Herrera, the right back for DC United. Him and McNulty, in my opinion, just way too close together, way too narrow on this play. And then you have the two midfielders in Savania and Peltola for DC United. It's just one step of ball. Completely takes the midfield out of this play right here by Kai Wagner. So plays Damiani into space. And look, right here, Antley completely taken out of this play because of the speed by Mikael Uhre. You have both center backs now leaving a huge gap for Mikel to run into. You had McNulty try to close down this play. Now Rolls has to slide over because Herrera's out of the play. And so now you have all that space for, Mikael Uhre the ball is going to fall to, but also that space for Milan Iloski to attack. And so Damiani, aware of where Mikel is on this play, good cutback pass for Mikel. A little bit unlucky right there for DC United that It takes a weird deflection off of Antley's face. The pass was maybe a little bit behind from Bruno Damiani for Mikael Uhre, but fortunately for the Union, they're able to take advantage of just poor defensive display by DC United once again on this play. It's a simple pass that takes out the two defensive midfielders of DC United. It's another pass that's just stretching the back line, running down the channel, running into space. You see there, right there for Damiani. And then it is actually a good pass there by Damiani. The ball gets stuck under Mikael Uhre, has to take a couple touches right here. Antley finally gets back in position and then takes a deflection off of him. I mean, sometimes you got to create your own luck, and it's a good run there by Mikael Uhre into space. Good awareness by Bruno Damiani to give the Union a 2-0 lead. The goal in this match comes courtesy by Indiana Vassilev to give the Union a 3-0 lead. And right before Indy scores, DC United had two chances with Jarrett Stroud. He hits the post, he hits the crossbar. They could have brought the game within one, but fortunately for the Union, neither one of those chances went in the back of the net. And so you can see Danley John Jock close down the ball here, retain possession for the Union. And the Union do such a good job just going from side to side here on this play, where now Indiana Vassilev so clever at attacking the space here and really moving the ball quickly. And he does that constantly in games, and it's good to see him get rewarded with 2 goals. And so now the Union get the ball out wide here to Kai Wagner. And DC think they have this defended pretty well. Kai gets fouled there, and they say play on. And this is just excellent from the Union. You see Jovan Lukic, as soon as he passes the ball, he runs into space. And you see that so many times in this game where the Union are attacking the half space. They're making runs in behind the back line. That's when the Union are at their best, running off the back of the center back and quickly moving the ball. And it starts with Indiana Vassilev, right? On the ball, he's going to go ahead and take out both defensive midfielders in Savagna and Peltola. I've mentioned them already in this video. I'll continue to mention them because what was key for the Union is just taking those two guys out of the game completely with their passing. And once you do that, now you set your attackers up 1v1 against the back line of DC United. And time again, the Union were able to get the better of their back line, play the ball in behind, pull center backs out of position, and then you have the players that are just running into the space that the center backs, that the forwards are leaving open for their midfielders to run into. And so Indy finds Iloski, and neither one of the defensive midfielders follow up Indiana Vassilev's run into space. He just goes completely unmarked. And because Vassilev has a great shot from distance, it's a tough save for the goalkeeper. Nobody follows through after Fall makes the save. And Indy's able to just go ahead and collect the rebound. And so he runs into space right there. Nobody's tracking him. He's clearly onside. And just an easy finish there by Indiana Vassilev to give the Union a 3-0 lead. Fantastic celebration here by Indian. We'll see once Milan gets his goal. He tries to copy the celebration that Vassilev just did. But yeah, this is where the Union are at their best, right? Attacking the half spaces, just running in behind, shooting from distance, which you got a lot of that from Quinn Sullivan throughout the season. You get it from Milan Iloski. And it's a really good strike outside the box there from Iloski. And again, we'll look at it one more time. And so, right here on this play, highlighted, it's the two center backs I have highlighted in Rolls and McNulton for DC United. You can see with Vassilev on the ball, the Union have DC exactly where they want. It's the pass that takes out the two defensive midfielders, and now you have 1v1 with your attackers. You have Iloski 1v1, you have Damiani 1v1, you have Mikael Uhre 1v1. You have Harriel all the way out right there, who's not really affecting this play. But yeah, because this pass takes out the two defensive midfielders, you get 1v1. Damiani does such a good job just to pull out both center backs, and then Iloski is able to get that space because of the attention that Damiani brings. And again, you don't follow your runners. You're going to leave your goalkeeper in terrible positions, and Indiana Vassilev does so well to attack the space to keep this play alive and just follow through with the shot from Iloski to give the Union a 3-0 lead. This is the fourth goal in the match. This one comes courtesy by Milan Iloski in the 49th minute to give the Union a 4-0 lead. You can see Makanya standing over the free kick here for the Union. Going to go ahead and try to play this into Damiani. Damiani not able to win the header, but Iloski keeps the play alive right here for the Union. And then there's Danley Jean-Jacques just able to intercept this pass, keep DC pinned down in their own half. And Danley arguably had a man-in-the-match performance. Yes, you can give it to Indy for his 2 goals. You can give it to Damiani for his assist and his goal. Milan had a great game. You had 2 assists and a goal from Mikael Uhre. So many players on the night had a great game. And for Danley Jean-Jacques, who didn't get a goal or an assist, he had a splendid night all game long, just winning the ball back for the Union, being in the right position at the right time. He's closing down speed and just really being at the forefront of a lot of Union attacks. And so Danley regains possession. And right here, pulls Savagna, one of the 2 defensive midfielders, out of position. Just going to go ahead and play this pass into Kai Wagner, who's able to attack the space. Aaron Herrera doesn't close him down in time. You have Savagna go out wide, and so that leaves Peltola 1v1 against Milan Iloski. And go ahead and see Kai Wagner just find Bruno Damiani. And like Damiani's done so well throughout this game, he's going to draw the pressure by Peltola, which then allows him to find Milan Iloski right here. McNulton out of position right here. And it's just a quick shot, turn, touch, finish by Iloski outside the 18 to give the Union a 4-0 lead. And I mentioned it. We've seen a lot of this from Milan since he's been with the Union, shooting from outside the box. A lot of those shots are on target. This one wasn't straight at the goalkeeper. This one's low and in the corner. Nothing that Fall could do. Really good strike there by Milan. But again, it starts with Damiani just holding off Peltola, able to find Iloski. He's able to turn, take a touch, and then he knows where he wants to shoot. He knows he has the goalkeeper beat at the bottom corner. That's a fantastic strike by Iloski outside the 18-yard box. Takes a little bit of a deflection, it looks like, right there. But regardless, really good hit there by Milan. And it starts with Danley winning back possession, and Damiani holding off the defensive midfielder. The 5th goal scored by Indiana Vassilev to give him a brace on the evening in the 50th minute. And so we can say the Union just playing out of the back here, resetting play, heavy touch there by Jacob Glesnes. And then the Union just going to play this ball out wide to Kai Wagner. And just like we've seen multiple goals now, it's a pass out wide. And then you have just Mikael Uhre running into the channel. Bruno Damiani for one of the goals running into the channel. So it's going to be Uhre once again just running out into the channel, going to just run past Aaron Herrera here on this play. McNulton's going to have to shift over a little bit and try to close down the space. Eventually he comes back into position and is guarding anything in front of the near post. But Bruno Damiani is so key on this play too, because he occupies both center backs, open up that space for Indiana Vassilev. You can see just this pass again. Both defensive midfielders completely taken out of this play, just playing this ball right down the line, playing it into the channel, exactly where Mikael Uhre likes for the ball to be played into by Kai Wagner. And so the ball takes a little bit of a bounce. Mikael does a good job to hold on position, lifts his head and sees a lot of space right there for Indiana Vassilev. Both center backs, like I said, occupied by Damiani. Antley, the left back, doesn't close down Indiana Vassilev. And credit to Mikael for cutting this back, lifting his head, seeing Indy in a lot of space. And so he just plays this pass into Indy. And then first time finish. And that's a really, really good hit there by Vassilev to give the Union a 5-0 lead. And McNulton, how you read his lips, not happy whatsoever, confused how DC United gave up that goal right after they had just conceded to Milan Iloski a minute later. And the Union absolutely flying in this game. Perfect start to the second half. And they definitely did not take their foot off the gas pedal whatsoever. But again, it's good ball movement by the Union. As soon as that ball gets played out to Wagner, Mikael's already on the move, and you can see as soon as that ball gets played, Indiana Vassilev, he's running full speed. He's running into that space. He knows that Damiani is going to occupy the two center backs. He knows that he's quicker than the left back, and so he's just going to go ahead and run into that space. A lot of space for Milan too, because again, that pass by Kai Wagner was so key, taking both defensive midfielders out of the play. And so Mikael lifts his head and sees lots of space there for Indy, and that's a really good finish. Ball's played in just a little bit behind him, and to wrap his leg around and get that one on target, hit it into the post. Just really good strike, and terrible defending once again by DC United, and great attack by the Union using the channels. Sixth and final goal in this match is scored by Mikael Uhre to give the Union a 6-0 lead. Mikael finally gets a goal in this match after picking up 2 assists prior. And you can see just DC United just poorly give this ball away, cleared away by Makanya. And this is equally as poor of a giveaway right there by Rolls. Tries to play it into Peltola. And you're going to see just Jovan Lukic intercept this, and the Union are just going to go ahead and quickly hit on the attack. And so Mikael Uhre just in between both center backs, and now going to make that run in behind Rolls. Terrible defending, and it's good from Mikael. First time finish into the bottom corner. And again, I mean, we see so many of these same runs from Mikael Uhre, from Bruno Damiani, just in behind the center backs. And that's when Mikael Uhre is playing at his best, when he's running in behind the center back, off the back shoulder. And it's an excellent ball played forward into Mikael Uhre right here. And right here, this is the poor giveaway I'm talking about. Just a careless pass, and credit to Jovan for intercepting it. And then Milan just leading the charge, knows that Mikael's in a lot of space, and it's a great ball played in by Milan, and an even better finish there by Mikael Uhre. And these two players have fantastic chemistry, and hopefully that's something that they can continue building towards the last 2 games of the regular season as the Union head into the playoffs. And Union end this one 6-0.